So today we're going to be talking about a very dense topic, and that is the creator of the universe. Can't get any more dense than that. So what we're going to be talking about is my perspective as a Theravadan Buddhist and what I have learned through all the studies that I have done over the past few years. And then we're also going to be covering as well, first, kind of what other theories are about the creator of the universe, and then we're going to approach it from a philosophical level as well as an analytical level. So let's get into the video. Is there a creator of the universe? Now, from a Christian or a Islamic approach, yes, there is something that created us and has a relationship with us directly that affects what we do and what happens to us after we leave this reality or after we pass on and transition. From a Theravadan Buddhist perspective, there actually is no creator of the universe. And this is going to be hard for some people to wrap their mind around, because how can there not be something that created us? And I'm going to explain it to you. So first off, from a Theravadan Buddhist perspective, it actually doesn't matter. Because in the Theravadan practice, the main point is to end your own suffering. And understanding if there's a creator or not has nothing to do with ending your own suffering. Now, yes, if you're Islamic or Christian or some other type of Western religion, your relationship with God or the creator might bring peace to you, which you could argue helps you with your suffering. But from the Theravadan perspective, the Theravadan Buddhist perspective, it doesn't matter, because what does that for you is your practice. Your practice in the Dhamma is what ends your suffering. And that's that. That's as simple, black and white as I can get when it comes to that. But the Mahayana Buddhist perspective goes into much more detail about the universe's ins and outs, how it came to be, etc. And I'm going to break it down for you. So in the Mahayana practice, there is no creator of the universe. And in any Buddhist practice, there is no creator of the universe. But the universe has always existed and always will exist. Now, the reason that this, to me, makes the most sense and actually seems like the most plausible is for a few reasons. Number one, if there is a creator, how conceited is that of us to assume that we were created by this God for whatever reason? Like, in the mass amount of galaxies that there are, there had to be a creator that created us or created that universe. I believe it to be extremely conceited because it puts us at the center of the universe. Like, it's not even acknowledging that there could be other life forms. And if it does acknowledge it, okay, fine, that lowers the conceitedness a bit. But at the same time, it's this idea that we are being taken care of and that we're so special. We were created for a reason. But in the Buddhist perspective, which I find so much more appealing and much less conceited, is that the universe just always has existed and always will. Because if you want to break it down, well, who created the creator? And then who created that creator? And you go down the line forever and ever to where there's no beginning and no end. And this actually is also talked about in Buddhism with the law of dependent origination. Dependent origination, which means for something to happen, there has to be a cause, so on and so forth. This is the law of kamma or karma. For something to happen, there has to be a cause. It's just pretty much cause and effect. So you can look at it from a scientific approach as well. The Big Bang Theory, for example. Well, what caused the Big Bang? And then what caused that to happen? And for that to happen? And so on and so forth. The same thing with the creator or some God. And so in reality, Christianity and Buddhism, you could argue, are very similar, because the creator of the universe in Christianity had to have had a creator, and that creator had to have had a creator, because otherwise how could it be into existence? So if you look at it from this philosophical standpoint, it makes so much more sense, and it really brings you down to a grounded understanding, a down-to-earth understanding, and a, I would say, humble understanding that we are not the center of the universe. The universe has always existed and always will exist and will always be as it is. Furthermore, in the Mahayana Buddhist teachings, there are multiple universes, and that they are constantly being created and destroyed, or actually it's better explained as contracted and expanding over and over all the time, and it goes in cycles. So what's cool about Mahayana Buddhism is that it talks about different dimensions and different realms. It talks about different universes consistently contracting and expanding, different worlds where different beings live in. So it's very cohesive to, I think, a logical and scientific understanding of the reality we live in. But again, does that end our own suffering? No. So understanding of the creator of the universe doesn't really matter. Now, from my own personal perspective, you know, the whole reason I started talking about this and wanted to make this video is I'm reading this book about manifestation. And one of the things it talks about is how the universe, let's see, you and the universe are the manifestations of the creator, which is infinite intelligence. So again, connecting us to this creator, I think it's a bit conceited that we're such a great thing and that there's this other thing out there that is creating our entire universe for us. And, you know, it's the creator of us, and it makes you feel like you're a little kid being swaddled, right, by a parent or something of that sort. And to me, that just personally doesn't sit right with me. And so I don't like using the word creator. If you want to talk about the universe or the universal consciousness, I think a better word would just be essence. The essence, the ether, the existingness, the being or beingness of all that is and always will be and always was. It just always is. It's in everything. It's what is inside of all the things when you look around, all the chemicals, all the matter, all the dark matter. It just always is. And this goes beyond words. I mean, I'm trying to explain it to you, but you sit down on a meditation cushion enough and you start meditating on the essence of the universe, and you will get understandings that are not able to be spoken in a physical language. And this is why I'm always a big fan of meditation, is because, well, it helps you understand the universe. So anyway, that's my take on God. That's my take on the creator. As a summary, first off, understanding if there's a creator or not will not end your own suffering. Second off, the understanding of the universe really is that it always was and always will be. And how did humans come about? Well, probably a mix of evolution and maybe some genetic modification with an alien species. I don't know. But I do know that consciousness, which is another word you could use for the universe, is that this form of consciousness, everything has a little bit of consciousness within it, is just always there, always existing. And I just think that the idea that the universe was created by an entity that snapped its fingers is just way too simple. I mean, don't you think in the grandiose universe that we live in, the galaxies that exist, the infinite amount of possibilities and different planets and solar systems and stardust and, you know, things of that nature, don't you think in that mass extremism that the idea that, oh, we were just created by something snapping their fingers is just way too simple? I just think it's just so simple and a bit conceited, where in reality, our universe is so large and so vast and so beautiful that it's much more complicated than that. And thinking anything other, personally, I think is almost doing it an injustice and kind of not looking at the truth of the situation, and yeah, doing it a little bit of an injustice, so to speak. So yeah, that's my rant on the creator of the universe. If you like this video, I don't know, let me know, because this was a very interesting medium where I just kind of went off and ranted a lot of things that I know, and I really enjoyed doing it. So thanks for watching.